You are. Do I have to make that little thing go away now? It says it's recording. Okay. Okay. So you're finding yourself in your comfortable seated position. And we'll take just a moment. We'll call it to center and settle. And so come and sit in your chair. And for the purposes of this recording later, this is Adaptive Adventures, Adaptive Chair Yoga, and my name is Shauna. So we're sitting comfortably, back is supported. And take a moment, hands on your lap, to close your eyes or soften your gaze and look down. And begin to deepen your breath just a little bit, not with effort, but let each inhale linger just a little bit. Let it be a little longer. And then follow that slowly, patiently with a little deeper exhale. Notice every place that your body is making contact with the chair. And imagine at those points of contact that the body can soften and even dissolve a little. You can imagine yourself as a field of energy. And then let the face soften completely. Let all the emotions move away from the face. Even let the eyebrows feel heavy, like they're slipping out to the sides of the face. And the center of the forehead, between the eyebrows, that space becomes a little bigger, a little brighter. The cheeks soften, and the lower jaw moves away from the upper jaw, a little space between the rows of teeth. And you notice that your tongue is relaxed in the mouth. Maybe it touches lightly at the back of the front teeth, upper teeth. And if you can feel where the base of the tongue is, move laterally out to the sides a little bit and imagine that you can relax the inner ear on each side. Your eyes themselves are relaxed and soft and sink just a little bit into the sockets. Now take your chin and make a tiny little nod, yes, up and down. Little tiny nod, just moving the chin gently. Make those movements even smaller, and then see if you can detect the exact place where the back of the neck is tension-free, but the front of the throat is soft and open. All right, just that little specific place where the chin is. Maybe draw the chin in just a little bit towards the throat, so the back of the neck is even a little bit longer. Next time you inhale, let the spine be long. And when you exhale, feel your sit bones sinking down into the seat of the chair. And then the next inhale, let the roof of the mouth lift up, the top of the skull lift up, and even the back, right where the back of the skull meets the neck. Allow all those points to lift up towards the ceiling, so you're becoming a little taller with each inhale. With your exhales, keep that length, but soften. Now bringing your observation to your breath, your attention. On the inhales, maybe place the hands on your lowest ribs, if that's available to you. And on the inhale, feel the ribs lift up and move out. Getting a little broader on the inhale. And on the exhale, let the belly soften and sink a little. Maybe try that one more time. A slow, full inhale moves the ribs out and up a little. And then the slow, steady exhale moves the ribs down and in, and the belly softens. Bring your hands onto your thighs again, but continue to observe the expansion of the inhale and then the softening on the exhale. The last place we'll look is between our shoulders. So on an inhale, let the heart lift up a little bit, and then let the shoulders on the exhale move back, down, and in towards each other on the back body. On the inhale, the upper back broadens. And on the exhale, the place between the shoulder blades softens and sinks. Now bring your hands together in front of your heart. On an inhale, lift the fingertips up and look up. And on the exhale, turn the palms away from each other and push the air down and away. And then float the hands back in front of the heart. A little bit longer inhale this time. Lift up, push up, get a little taller at the top, firm the belly. And then as you exhale, big stroke out and to the sides. And one more time, bringing the hands to the heart, carving right through the air. Up, a little taller, and then exhale, pushing the air down, 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 lowering the shoulders as you bring the hands back to the heart. Pause here for just a moment and notice if there's an energetic shift just from breathing that way 3 times. Feel a little bit of energy rising from the base of the belly. Now let's reverse it. So take your hands out wide and draw up, up, up. The hands meet, the belly firms, and you draw the energy down to the heart. And we'll try that again. So pushing up, reaching up, getting taller, and exhale, pulling down. Feel the wings on the upper back one more time. So the wings get broad and lift up until the hands touch. And then the wings, the shoulder blades fold themselves down on the back behind the heart. All right, I'm going to move my blocks and sit a little bit forward in the chair so I can touch the floor a little better. And now, throughout this class today, I'm going to give options for lower body, but upper body at the same time. You can do both, or you can do either. Let's start with our hands. Take your hands on your thighs. Do little slaps on the legs, up and down. Go down the center of the legs, around the knees, and come up the sides. Go down the center, and come up the inner leg. All right? So option, the hands, so bringing some blood flow, or if you can and have, and if you'd like to, you can do a little running, a little pitter patter with the feet, or with one foot, or you can do both. The hands can move on the thighs, and the feet can do a little bit of running. So one or the other, or both. I'll do both as a demo. If you have this as an availability, you can take the feet wide and bring them back. Do it again. So the legs can go wide, or the feet can go wide, or both. One more time, and then we bring it back. And just doing that can generate a lot of energy in the arms, in the belly. All right, so now we want to open the hands a little bit. So take your left hand, it will be like a karate chop, and then your right hand, spread the fingers wide. And then we're going to chop 3 times in between each finger. All right, so you'll go chop, chop, chop between the little finger and the ring finger. And then chop, chop, chop between the ring finger and the middle finger. Move it towards the middle and the index finger, and then between the index and the thumb. And then just pause and feel. Open and close the hands a few times. A little bit of energy in that hand. You can sort of flick the fingers open and then make a fist. Flick it open and make a fist. All right, now this will become the chop, and we'll open with the left hand. So take the side of your hand, the little finger side of your hand, and between the little finger and the ring finger, we'll start there. So chop, chop, chop. So you can determine how much force you want to put on the webbing of the finger. We're bringing blood flow and stimulation. Next finger, 1, 2, and 3. Middle finger and index finger, and then index finger and thumb. All right. Shake that hand out a little bit and then flick the fingers, make a fist. Flick the fingers, make a fist. One more time, flick and make a fist. Now, take your hands and have them just level with the floor and imagine that there's two big tubs of water and you're stirring and splashing the water. So we're moving the wrists, but the fingers are wide, right? So a little twirl of the wrist, like we're pushing the water back and then splashing it forward. So any movement like this feels good on the hands. And then whatever direction you're going, let's reverse it. Sometimes it's hard to do to reverse, but draw the water in towards the center and then push it out. In towards the center. You can imagine a little resistance, so the arms are working as you do this. Okay. Now make fists, soft fists. And you can keep the elbows bent. Make the biggest circles you can, drawing with the knuckle of your index finger. Big circles, so you can see the whole shoulder has to rotate when we do that. And then let's reverse the direction of the circles. So really getting those wrists moving. Now we'll do it again. And the option, if you're able, you have an ankle and you can move it, then we'll do one ankle as we circle the wrists. Relax that ankle, reverse the direction of your wrists and add the other ankle. Big, deliberate, slow circles. And back. All right, now we'll take the arms out to the sides. We still have fists. So let's start with, take the fist, the knuckles down towards the floor. So you can see that with the bent of the wrists. We're extending the wrists. And now we're gonna, oh, that's flexing the wrists, excuse me. And then take the knuckles up to the ceiling. Kind of hard to do, that's extension. So we'll flex and extend and flex and extend. Now, one more thing we can do is when we flex, we can take the feet apart. And when we extend, we can bring them together. So we can do that. Down and up and down and up. All right, now, arms are still straight. Imagine that there's a doorknob at each hand. So turn, open the doorknob, and then close it. Or open and close, whichever it is. Not sure which way the doorknob's turning, but you're going back and then forward. So this is rotation right at where the humerus sits in the socket of your shoulder. Back and forth and back and forth. All right, shake your hands out and bring them down. All right, just a really simple thing for the shoulders now. Let's put your hands on your shoulders. And just take the left arm out and just let the hand go a little bit below the shoulder. You'll get a little, let that shoulder blade sink down and get a little release at the side of the neck and the shoulder. Then bring it up and take the left arm down. Just like a little wag and then down. And then the right arm, palm is forward, a little diagonal and down. And then the left, a little diagonal and down. Now we're going to add the head and neck. So when the arm goes to the right, we're going to take the head and neck to the right. Bring that down and then up. And to the left. A wave and up. So down to the right and up. So a little stretch on the side of the neck. Down and up. Now we have the hands on our shoulders, so it's already going to set us up for some little twists. So you'll start out really small. Just little twists like this. Just notice where your spine would like to go. Let your eyes follow where your, so head and chest turn together. And then you might notice that each time you swing, you might go a little bit deeper into the twist. So you can slow it down and take it a little deeper. Just see where your body would like to go. Just using a little bit of momentum as we swing back and forth and just open up that language of twist in the body. Now try it a few times where you don't move your head and you're just moving your shoulders and your chest around your head. So keep looking straight. And that'll be a little bit different on the shoulders. And then we'll slow it down even more. Take your arms to the right and look to the left. and then reverse it. So now the head is opposite the shoulders. So it's like you're always looking over your back shoulder, like you're being very coy, looking over your shoulder. And then let's go back and add the head to the chest. And you might find a little bit bigger expression of the twist now when the head fall comes with it. One more on each side, and then back. All right, let's make sure we have our shoulders open before we go on. So this is a really simple little thing. Just bring your elbows. Now notice when you bring your elbows up that your shoulders want to come up. So that's natural. Elbows go out, shoulders come up by the ears, but then bring the elbows in and the shoulders go down. So just a really simple, take your elbows up, let the shoulders float up, and then bring the elbows in towards each other and feel those shoulders move down your back. So this is more for sensation. Try it one more time. See if you can, so this is when shoulders are up. Can you lower your shoulders when you lift your elbows up? So the arms are moving independently there. And then last time, bring the elbows in and really hug those shoulders down the back. All right, so now let's work on just the right arm, then the left arm. So we'll start, the right arm is just by your side, nice and relaxed. Inhale, bring it forward and then up. Exhale, take it back and down. So the arm is relaxed, we're moving the head of the shoulder. So we inhale it up and we exhale it back and down. All right, so try that, find your version of a smooth, continuous circle with your shoulder. See how far up, how far back, how far down, and how far forward. All right, now we're going to add the elbow. So start small, like you're drawing a little circle with your elbow. And then each time you come around, see if you can make that circle a little bigger. And then see what your biggest circle, so elbow way up, way back, way down, and way forward. So we're moving slowly and just feeling the full rotation of the elbow here. And now let's take the arm. Maybe it's comfortable to take it straight. Maybe it stays bent. Maybe you prefer your hand on your shoulder. So again, you modify, but if I'll demo with the straight arm. Take the arm straight back and around. And now we're going to follow it with our gaze. So we'll look back, we'll look down, we'll look forward, and we'll come up. So we'll do that one more time. And then bring the arm back. Take just a little moment to feel the sensation inside that right shoulder. I like to imagine there's a balloon in here, and as you inhale, inflate the space, make space inside that joint. When you exhale, let it relax completely. All right, let's bring the left shoulder online now. So the arm is by the side, and we'll start by inhaling the head of the shoulder forward and up, and then exhaling it back and down. And then connecting those, finding your version of rolling that shoulder joint. And this is one of those things you can do many times a day, just to try and bring a little bit greater range of motion to this joint. All right, let's add the elbow now. So we'll take the elbow out to the side. And it's like we're drawing a little circle on the side wall with our elbow. Imagine it's like a paintbrush. And then maybe make those circles a little bigger each time, as long as that feels okay on the shoulder. And then find your biggest circle that you can. Up and back and down and even forward. So use the inhale to bring the elbow up and the exhale to bring it down and forward. And now, option to straighten the arm. And then see what that feels like, bringing it the whole way around. And then we add the eyes. So we look up, we look back, look down, and forward. So just getting both shoulders nice and limber and warmed up here, getting the blood flow through those tissues. And there's fluid inside your joints, the synovial fluid. So we want to get that fluid a little warmer. So it's more like a lubricant. And then when you're done that, bring the hand back on your lap. And take just a moment here and just sense into your shoulders. All right. Now we've got our shoulders warmed up. Let's come back to the hands just a little bit. So you'll interlace your hands, and your hands are clasped together. So keep the palms together, and then your knuckles will draw a little figure eight in space. So you'll loop over to the right, down in the center, and then over to the left. So try and keep your forearms relatively still and isolate the movement in your wrists. So our wrists are diving in and out. And then look at what direction your wrists are going and pause and then reverse it. It always feels a little bit more awkward when you reverse it. There's like a natural way that your body wants to move, but just finding a little bit different direction here with your wrists. All right. The hands are still clasped together. Take your arms straight now. And let's do a big figure eight. So we'll take it over and up, around like that. So arms are straight or nearly straight. So now you're getting into the upper back, the outer shoulder, and you're letting your spine and your torso come along. And then again, notice what direction you're going, and let's reverse it. Opposite direction, figure eight. You can let your hips rock a little if that feels good. So the gestures can be small or large. See what works for you, and maybe they'll get a little bigger the more you do it. And then we'll bring it back. All right. Now, fingers are still interlaced. On an inhale, bring the hands onto your chest. On the exhale, turn the palms out, push it away, drop your head, and hollow out the belly. And then on an inhale, take your hands up to the ceiling. And exhale, take them out to the sides and down. Bring them back together. The next inhale takes them to your heart, interlace. Exhale, push the air away, drop the head, and round the back, pull the belly in. Next inhale takes it up and look up, get that long spine. Exhale, release the hands and push it down. Let's do that one more time. So interlace, this time put a different thumb on top. Just interlace your hands in the non-habitual way. Inhale here. When you're ready to exhale, push it out, drop the head down, just round through the whole body. Then inhale and reverse that, turn it into a little back bend and look up. And exhale, bring the hands down and around. But bring the hands together one more time. So now we'll do something, we'll call it, imagine stirring a cauldron. What's a cauldron? It's like a really big pot. But take your arms out in front of you, take it to the right, and then make a big circle over to the left, lean back. So imagine you're stirring the biggest pot of soup. You're making soup for 2,000 people. So a really big pot, strong arms, reaching way out, big circle, let your torso move. Let's do one more in this direction. A little pause, and you can imagine, like always, we're going to reverse it other direction. So leaning way out, reaching in front of you, leaning back, drawing the arms back. Let's do one more in this direction. And then come on back. Release the hands. Take a little breath. All right. Interlace your hands at the back of your head now. We just want to open up the neck and the upper back a little. So we're working from the top down to the bottom. So when you inhale, take your elbows wide and look up. And your back will naturally form a little back bend here. You can feel your ribs lifting up towards the ceiling. Now when you exhale, your hands are on the back of the skull. So draw the elbows towards each other, the chin to the chest. I'll go sideways so you can see it's not in my spine, but drawing the head and just the weight of the arms gently tractioning out the back of the neck a little here. So on the inhale, the elbows are wide and we lift up. And on the exhale, slide the hands up the head a little bit just to help draw that neck long and bring the chin down, draw the elbows together. Let's do that one more time. So inhale, wide, look up, feel the lumbar spine, the low back, move forward a little as the chest lifts up. And on the exhale, back of the neck is long, the chin lightly comes towards the chest or sits on the chest. And just the weight of your arms. So you're not yanking or pulling in any way, just drawing the elbows towards each other. And the weight of your arms is enough to traction the neck a little bit. And then come back to center. Take an inhale here and get a little taller. And if the hands behind the head doesn't feel good, you can always put them on the shoulders or even have cactus arms. So you always have options here. So inhale, lift up a little, and then on the exhale, just lean over to the right. Let that left elbow or arm come towards the ceiling. So we're pausing here so you can really feel your abdominals turning on. We're off balance, and so your abdominal muscles have to try and keep you upright. Then glide back to center with an inhale. Elbows are wide and move back just a little. And the next exhale takes you over to the left. The right elbow now wants to touch the ceiling and lift up. Come back to center and we'll combine it a little bit. So now on the exhale, twist to the right. Look over the right shoulder. Inhale, bring it back to center. And exhale, take it to the left. So now we'll combine all three directions. So on an inhale, look up, wide elbows. On the exhale, draw the elbows together, chin to the chest, around the back. Inhale, grow tall, come to center. And exhale, take it to the right. Glide back to center, take it to the left. Glide back to center, and then twist to the right, the rib cage and the heart turn. Inhale back to center. Pull the belly in as you exhale and take it to the left. And come back to center. All right, now we're going to add a little bit with the potential for your legs. All right, so your hands are here behind your head or on your shoulders. We'll take an inhale. And this first time, just bring the left elbow towards the right knee. Maybe it taps the knee, maybe it just goes in that general direction. Either way. And then come on up. And then when you exhale, you'll swivel your rib cage towards the left knee, and then we'll bring the right elbow down towards that. And then come back up. All right, so this is building abdominal strength. Now this time, I'm going to give you the option, and I'll show you. So we'll take an inhale. As you exhale, you'll swivel to the right. You can bring maybe the right knee up towards the left knee, left elbow, excuse me, or just the left elbow can be moving, right? So you can do either if you have the ability to do that. And inhale back to center, and we'll swivel to the left and maybe pick up that knee and bring it back. Let's try that one more time. To the right, and it can be just the arm or the arm and the leg towards each other. Come on up and over, and on the exhale, pull that belly back and in to bring the elbow to the knee and then back. All right, now, just a simple little thing here, if you're able, is interlace the hands and draw them under the back of your left thigh. And so you're not using your leg at all. Your leg is completely passive. The arms are doing the work. All right? And so just take your arms and draw a few circles with your knee. All right? We're lubricating that hip joint a little by taking the arms and moving the leg. And then bring it down. Now, if that's not something that's available to you, you can take This is the other option, would be bringing the arms together and drawing a circle like that, all right? If you are able and want to include the legs, then we would interlace the hands behind the right leg. The leg is completely passive. And then a few circles here. Just opening and closing those hips a little. Or the arms. And then let's reverse it, and we'll go back to the other side and reverse that direction as well. Down, and then come back over to the left leg. Maybe you can remember what direction you did. Think of your femur, your thigh bone, kind of like a joystick. And you're just moving the joystick around the hip joint here. So it's just a passive movement. All right, and then bringing it back. All right, now we're going to work on the abs a little bit. So I'll go sideways so you can see what I'm doing. All right, so your hands will be on your lap. Just on an inhale, lean forward, but keep your back long, don't round it, right? So you want to lift the heart and you're leaning forward. When you come back, you're going to lean back until you feel your abs turn on. Mine turn on about right here, so I'll take my arms out of the way so you can see. So this is working now. And then I'll use that inhale to come forward and lean forward again. Let my abs turn off for a moment. And then exhale, lean back until I feel the abs turn on, and then I'm going to pause there for a moment and let them work for a little bit. Now inhale forward again, and this time, option, as you lean back, maybe this is what you do, but if you're able, maybe you pick up one leg, you can use your hands or not, and that will make it a little bit more challenging. And then we come forward again, and we'll exhale back. And then maybe pick up the other thigh. Just enough to take you off of balance so the abdominals have to work a little bit more. And we'll try that one more time on each side. So inhale forward, long spine, lift the heart, look out in front of you. Firm the belly as you exhale, draw back, lean back, maybe pick up one leg, maybe pick up both. Pause here, the legs are hovering, so just adding that weight to the work that the abdominals have to do. Bringing it down, and last time, bringing it forward. And exhale, and taking it back. So maybe we're just pausing here, maybe one leg, maybe both. So lots of options. And then bring it down. Okay. Let's release the spine a little bit now after doing that. So your hands are on your thighs. So we'll inhale and draw ourselves forward and take the elbows back, right? The elbows come back, we come forward, and then we look up. So we get that little back bend that we're calling cow. And then we'll push the knees away, drop the head and round the back, pull the belly in, and we'll call this cat. So let's do this just a few times. Inhale forward and look up, and then exhale and round back. So bringing a little bit of relief or relieving any tension we might habitually hold in the back. We all hold it in different places, so we're just trying to move the whole spine to release some of that, and then come back to center. All right, so now we'll be doing something with the upper body. The lower body is again an option. All right, so we'll do the upper body first. So make soft fists with your hands. On an inhale, draw the elbows back and squeeze your shoulder blades together. When you exhale, take your hands like your stop sign and push it away and round your back a little bit. So let's do that twice now. Inhale, lift the heart and pull the elbows back. And exhale, you can blow it out with your mouth like push it away and round. Let's do that one more time. So inhale, draw the elbows together, the shoulder blades together, the heart lifts up, and then exhale and push away. Now, inhale, draw it forward. Draw the elbows back. And this time, if you like, when you push your hands away, you'll take one leg and push the heel away. Let's try that again. Inhale, and we'll alternate. Either you lift the thigh, or if you have a foot, you push through the foot. So whatever you got, if you want to use it, and we'll push and pull and push and pull. Let's do that one more time. Push and pull and push and pull. And then we can take a breath and relax. So if it's just upper body, you're still getting a lot of movement there. So try to make lots of options for everyone. All right, so let's see how this does. If you are able, you'll cross your right leg over your left. And again, this is all an experiment for me, and we'll see if we continue to do this. And you bring your hands together, your arms together in front of you. So everyone can do this. Arms together. All right. On an inhale, take that right arm back behind you like a cactus and look at it. And then bring it forward. And we'll do this a few more times. So exhale it back. And inhale, float it forward, elbows and arms together. 2 more times. Exhale it back. Bring it forward. And last time, we're going to hold this for a few breaths out here. So your elbows are moving away from each other. The chest lifts up and gets broad. And if your legs are crossed, you're squeezing your legs. Now bring it back. Arms can be together. We can stay here. If you are able to, I'm going to go through stages. If you can hold opposite shoulders, we'll do that. Or maybe the back of the hands towards each other. Or if you're able to, this is called eagle, where the hands entwine, right? So you've twisted your forearms together. On an inhale, draw the elbows out away from you. And then on an exhale, fold it down. So whether you're holding your shoulders or your arms are together, any variation of the arm, you can still fold forward with the arms. And then inhale, take the elbows up towards the ceiling. Find that little back bend. And last time, try and go as far away from your body as you can with your elbows. Let your head and neck relax. And then come back. All right. Uncross the legs if you were able to do that. And then we'll lift up the other leg. So now the left leg is on top. Bring the elbows, the forearms, and the hands together again. When you exhale, glide that left elbow back behind you and find the turn. Inhale, glide it back. Seal it up. Second time, take it out. So we're really opening up the chest, but we're anchored at our hips, so the twist is a little more intense. Back. Third time. And back. And last time, we'll take it out and stay. So again, move those elbows a little further away from each other. Arms are at a 90-degree angle. Belly is firm. Lift your heart up and see if you can soften between your shoulder blades. If your shoulders are up by your ears, drop them down and breathe. Find a really beautiful breath into the left lung back here. And then bring the arms back. Now, same thing. You can hands on shoulders. If the elbows can interlock. If you can remember which elbow was on top the last time, then maybe you can take it out wide. Maybe the back of the hands can touch each other, or maybe you can entwine your hands. I think I did the other way, so I'll reverse them. Okay. First, on an inhale, we'll draw the elbows away from the body. Make a little space between the elbows and the chest. Then see if you can take it up just a little bit and look up past your fingers. When you exhale, pull the belly in and draw the elbows down. Let the head and neck relax for a moment. And then we'll inhale and take the elbows up to the ceiling. Feel that tug between the shoulder blades. Let's exhale the elbows far away from us and drop down one more time. And then bring yourself back to center and release your hands. Uncross your legs if they're crossed. All right. So now we want to release the back from everything that we've been doing. So option to have your thighs and your legs at hip distance, or you can take them wide and dropping between them. We're going to do forward fold. So whatever's comfortable for you, I'll take them wide this time as an example. So your arms are by your side. Relax your arms. On an inhale, rake your fingers through the air and reach up to the ceiling. As you exhale, draw your arms forward, fold at the hips. You can slide your hands down your legs. You can have your elbows on your thighs, or maybe you can reach down. You can also hold on to opposite elbows here and let your head and neck relax completely, like you're tractioning your arms. So whether your legs are together or far apart, let yourself relax here. Shake your head no a little, and then yes a little to release the back of the neck. And deep breath. Imagine you can inflate the whole back when you inhale. Big, slow inhale. And sigh out your exhale. Try that again. Inhaling, inflate the back. And sigh. And then release your arms down wherever they are. If you need your arms to help you get back up, place your hands on your thighs. If you don't need them, then use the strength of your abdominals and your back. Let your head remain relaxed and roll yourself up one vertebra at a time. And then when you get to the top, a few shoulder rolls. All right. Take your hands on your lap again. Close your eyes. And just notice the quality of energy that might be in your body now. That is perhaps a little different than when we started class. When you take a big breath, notice if there's any resistance or if the body receives the breath easily. And see if you can follow your exhale the whole way out your body from the bottom of your lungs out. And then with your next breath, just notice where you feel the breath. Where does the breath go in your body? And then sigh it out, letting go of all tension. Bring your hands in front of the heart and bow to yourself today for your practice, for making the commitment to come to class, and for practicing together. It is my honor to share this with you. Namaste.